months and months and months of this.
I just want to see something other than those mitts.
Does he dismiss does he wish he didn't say yes to it? How's his health? How's his back? How's his knees?
Seems to be having fun when he's promoting it.
Yeah.
He seems to be into it.
It's probably on mushrooms, bro.
Joe Rogan has revealed that he is worried after Mike Tyson reportedly got knocked out in sparring ahead of his fight with Jake Paul. For months, the fighting world has buzzed with speculation over the highly anticipated clash between Jake Paul and boxing legend Mike Tyson. While the excitement around this bout is undeniable, it also stirs up concerns given that the former WBC heavyweight champion is grappling with the tolls of aging. In early January 2024, Tyson was seen in a wheelchair struggling with sciatica, a condition that causes severe pain and weakness as the sciatic nerve is aggravated by movement.
You know, I think he's like any other young up-and-coming boxer. It's just everybody dismisses him because he's a YouTuber.
For sure. It's easy to dismiss him, but I was there when he knocked out Tyron, and I was like, man, I'm done with this kid. I never wanted to corner another fight in my life, man. I was like, yo, he just knocked my boy flat out on his face, man. I was heartbroken.
Adding to his challenges, Tyson had to withdraw from the July fight due to a flare-up of his ulcer. The bout has been rescheduled, and on November 15, 2024, the fighters are set to face off once more. As the countdown to the big night begins, Joe Rogan and his guests weigh in on what the ideal outcome of the match might look like. In episode 163 of the JRE MMA show, Joe Rogan gathered with former MMA fighters Din Thomas, John Rollo, and Matt Serra to discuss the highly anticipated clash between Iron Mike Tyson and the problem child Jake Paul. During the conversation, Rogan voiced his worries about Tyson's well-being, reflecting on how the legendary boxer might feel about stepping into the ring again to face Paul at this stage in his life. The Bellator FC icon noted that Tyson appeared to enjoy himself while hyping up the fights. It was truly a no-lose scenario for him. If he lost, everyone would chalk it up to his age. But a victory over Paul? That would only burnish his legacy even further. Rogan moved the conversation forward, describing Mike Tyson as a monster, and noting that if Tyson could close the distance and land a powerful combination on Jake Paul, it would be a wild sight to see Paul visibly shaken.
Look, at the end of the day, Mike Tyson's a monster, and if he can get that monster to just move in and close the distance, and if he uncorks a boom boom on Jake Paul and watch Jake Paul go into Queer Street, that will be wild. To watch a 58-year-old Mike, that would be best case scenario for the world.
It was Din Thomas's turn next, and he claimed that the best case scenario for the world would be Tyson's victory via KO. Adding to that, Rogan mentioned that the best case scenario would be Jake Paul, quickly realizing he is facing Mike Tyson, especially in the first round or two. Needless to say, this emotion was shared by the MMA veterans as well.
Best case scenario for the world is that he knocks Jake Paul out.
Yeah, best case scenario is Jake Paul realizes immediately he's in there with Mike Tyson. That Mike Tyson, at least for a round or two,
first time he gets cracked, it's gonna, I guarantee you, his head's gonna be like, oh shit.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
How many rounds is it?
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
8 2-minute rounds.
It's undeniably one of the most compelling showdowns in professional boxing history. This leads us to the pressing question: how exactly would the baddest man on the planet deliver a knockout blow? Fortunately, Rogan has a clear answer to that. As the conversation progressed, Rogan remarked that Tyson was fully capable of knocking Paul out, especially if Paul made the wrong move, and Tyson managed to close the distance unexpectedly. However, Rogan acknowledged that Tyson still faced significant challenges, pointing out that Tyson had layers of attack strategies ingrained in his mind and had forgotten more about boxing than Jake Paul had ever learned.
Dude, he's perfectly capable of knocking him out.
He is perfectly capable. If he zigs when he should have zagged, if Mike can close the distance in a way that he doesn't expect, and Mike also has layers upon layers of attacks that are in his mind. He's forgotten more about boxing than Jake Paul has ever remembered.
The JRE host was well aware of Paul's fighting skills, but his real hope was that the problem child wouldn't take Tyson down. For Rogan, watching the iconic boxer get knocked out at 58 would be a heartbreaking moment, and many of Iron Mike's fans felt the same way. In a recently shared Instagram clip, Paul is seen gearing up for his fight at the training camp, yet some fans remain skeptical upon glimpsing the Ohio native in action. Dude has nothing to do with boxing. He moves like a starter at a street fight, one fan wrote in response to the footage. However, others argued Paul's look wasn't that surprising considering he has moved up in weight to take on Tyson. Others continued to back Tyson, despite the former champ being more than 30 years Paul's senior. He's too heavy, move too slow for Mike. Early knockout buddy, wrote one. Why does Jake look slow and sluggish? Another reply read, this fan said, he is sparring someone that don't fight back. For Tyson, this marks his first return to the ring since the 2020 exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr. His last official professional fight, however, was way back in 2005 when he faced Kevin McBride. The fight has drawn a lot of criticism, with several boxing celebrities stating that it shouldn't be taking place. One legendary figure in boxing, Larry Holmes, has shared his thoughts on the upcoming match. Holmes, who faced off against Tyson in 1988 and suffered a defeat by fourth-round TKO, expressed his prediction during an interview with USA Today. He said, I'll bet a quarter on Mike Tyson, the Tyson versus. Paul event will showcase an electrifying matchup for the undisputed super lightweight championship, featuring Katie Taylor squaring off against Amanda Serrano. Additionally, fans can look forward to a WBC welterweight title clash between Mario Barrios and Abel Ramos. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has been given a stern caution as his eagerly awaited showdown with the iconic former world champion Mike Tyson draws near. At 27 years old, Paul recently secured a win against former UFC fighter Mike Perry this past July. Meanwhile, Team Tyson has been intensifying their rivalry with some sharp comments aimed at Paul. A promotional video released recently featured someone from Tyson's camp stating definitively, "We're not looking to throw just one bomb. We want to throw missile after missile." To further support this idea, one of Tyson's trainers declared outright that Jake Paul wouldn't have a chance in a battle that took place right now. If the fight were today, Jake Paul would be done. He added, "He throws missiles, not just one bomb. The bombs, they come one after another." Concerns over Tyson's health have surfaced as he recently confessed, "It's hard to walk right now, but 2 months from now I'm going to be perfect. The fight is won in the gym. Listen, I'll do anything that will help me. I'm going to enjoy my time here tonight with all my childhood friends, and the hell with Jake Paul." The boxing world is abuzz, with a flurry of mixed responses after Tyson shared some training photos ahead of his upcoming showdown with Paul. His dedication has been questioned following a shocking disclosure that has caught everyone off guard. On Jimmy Kimmel's show, Iron Mike boasted about his rigorous regimen. "I am training extremely hard. I do 6 hours a day. I start at 11 a.m. and might leave the gym at 5 p.m. A bewildered Kimmel responded, "Oh no, 11 a.m.? So that's 6 hours straight, or is there a lunch break?" Tyson conceded there's a brief intermission, leaving Kimmel astonished. Oh no. Tyson's admission that he may have taken drugs prior to the fight heightens the drama as he faces the possibility of losing his boxing license if he fails a drug test. When asked if he will be high for the fight during their interview with Kimmel, Tyson responded, "I'm going to be so high off life, yeah?" Probing further, Kimmel asked, "Will you be high on marijuana as well?" Tyson didn't rule it out. "That's a possibility too." Kimmel half-jokingly lamented, "Oh no, my bet is getting lower as we talk." While Tyson's declaration was certainly audacious, the sincerity of his pre-fight intentions remains questionable. If he were to actually partake in cannabis before facing the problem child, he could jeopardize his eligibility, as the Texas Commission strictly prohibits marijuana use. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation warns, if either combatant were to test positive for a banned substance, we would open a complaint, put them on a 90-day suspension, and if the combatant were the winner, the decision would be changed to a no decision because of a rules violation. MMA manager Ali Abdelaziz has shared exciting new insights into Mike Tyson's training regimen as he gears up for his highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul. Abdelaziz, who's tight with the boxing legend, assures everyone that Tyson, at 58, is fighting fit. He said to Kevin Iole, "Listen, as far as I know, his training camp is going good. He's feeling amazing. I would like Mike Tyson to put a hole in his head, but in a way, who are we to tell Mike Tyson not fight?" He further added, "I think Mike Tyson, win or lose or draw, he is one of the most recognizable figures in the sport's history. Anywhere. In Africa, in Asia, America, everywhere. I think nobody has the place but his family to tell him to fight or not to fight. This is my opinion." When asked about the reasoning behind promoting the event as Paul versus Tyson, with the problem child listed first, Abdelaziz delivered a fervent reply that reflected his deep feelings on the matter. He said, "Listen, if I'm fighting Mike Tyson, I want Mike Tyson's name to be first. Nobody knows who Jake Paul is. Jake Paul went to a PFL event and got booed out of the building. Nobody gives a shit about Jake Paul. He can't sell 100,000 pay-per-views. The only reason he's using Mike Tyson to be relevant, Paul is irrelevant." He then said, "Let's be real, honestly. If it was me, I'd never want to fight somebody who is older than me. But Paul is weak. He wants to prey on somebody older. But I never doubt Mike Tyson. He trains with my friend Rafael Cordero. They're having a great camp. They keep pushing it. And guess what? what? I'm all the way for Mike Tyson. The most alarming outcome, naturally, would be if Tyson, the world's most cherished fighter, were to suffer public humiliation, or, heaven forbid, be knocked out by the problem child. This potential nightmare has sparked concern among various figures, including Joe Rogan, who addressed the issue with former UFC fighters Matt Serra, John Rallo, and coach Din Thomas. I really hope Paul doesn't knock Mike Tyson out. I'll just be real bummed out to see Mike get KO'd at 58 years old, Rogan told his guests. Nonetheless, Rogan believed that Mike Tyson, one of the most formidable and legendary figures in boxing history, had the prowess to halt Paul's advances. The key, in Rogan's view, was whether Tyson could bridge the gap and land one of his iconic, devastating punches on the former Disney star. Rogan said, "Mike also has layers upon layers of attacks that are in his mind. He's forgotten more about boxing than Jake Paul has ever remembered." Naturally, Rogan would much rather the fight had never happened in the first place. Recently, Joe Rogan expressed his apprehensions regarding the much-anticipated Tyson-Paul match, resonating with numerous fight enthusiasts who are troubled by the notable age disparity between the two competitors. A devoted admirer of Iron Mike, Rogan revealed his desire for the boxing icon to steer clear of facing an opponent who is considerably younger. Nonetheless, despite his hesitations, the UFC commentator expressed a clear understanding of, and even backing for, Tyson's ambition to take on one of the most formidable challenges he has ever encountered. Rogan confessed on his podcast, "I wish it wasn't a thing where a 58-year-old guy was going to fight a 28-year-old. That said, I fully support his desire to do it." For Rogan, this fight transcends the usual stakes. Tyson has long been a childhood idol, a pivotal figure who inspired Rogan's journey into the world of combat sports. The prospect of witnessing a living legend who once ruled the ring, put everything on the line against a younger rival, is almost too poignant to bear. Many share the anxiety of seeing Tyson face defeat. It would be a crushing moment for fans and observers alike. Yet, this is Mike Tyson we're discussing. If anyone has the potential to rewrite the narrative at 58, it's undoubtedly him. Although the matchup appears daunting at first glance, pitting a seasoned veteran against a fighter in the peak of his career, there remains a possibility that Tyson's unmatched tenacity could achieve the extraordinary. Moreover, Joe Rogan has stirred controversy in the fighting community with his remarks regarding Mike Tyson's upcoming bout. The renowned UFC color commentator has consistently expressed his worries about the baddest man on the planet. He once praised Jake Paul for his explosive strength, especially after Paul triumphed over formidable opponents like Mike Perry and Anderson Silva. However, the scenario may be different when it comes to Mike Tyson. Concerns surrounding Tyson's age and health challenges have raised questions about the former heavyweight champion's likelihood of securing a victory. Weighing in on Tyson's age, Rogan said, "I wish it wasn't a thing where a 58-year-old guy was going to fight a 28-year-old. That said, I totally support his desire to do it." It goes without saying that Tyson is among the strongest boxers the world has ever seen. Paul will be in serious jeopardy if Tyson's powerful hooks manage to land a blow on him. As Rogan's comments circulated on social media, a wave of backlash emerged from fight enthusiasts. Many appeared convinced that Tyson's advancing years would hinder him in his matchup against the problem child. As soon as Rogan's remarks hit Instagram, the combat sports community flooded the comments section. They quickly started criticizing the 56-year-old podcaster for defending both fighters. Many fans expressed their opinions on Tyson's ambitions. Engaging in a bout with a figure like Jake Paul guarantees a substantial financial windfall. Coupled with Tyson's celebrity status, the potential earnings from such a fight are bound to soar. The former boxing champion was well aware of this reality. Some fans even brought Rogan's career as a comedian into the conversation, but unfortunately, they felt his stand-up routines didn't quite measure up. However, Mike Tyson is turning heads once more in the boxing world. Freshly released training clips show the legendary heavyweight unleashing punches with a force and accuracy that belie his age. The footage has fueled anticipation for a potential showdown between Tyson and Jake Paul, with fans across the internet buzzing in excitement. Tyson's relentless power and refined technique serve as a stark reminder of why he's still hailed as one of the sport's all-time greats.
Yeah, weave out of there.
Fast, split-second timing, doing everything right.
Nice.
Nice.
Very good.
Nate Diaz has shared his take on the upcoming showdown. Back in August of 2023, Diaz took on Jake Paul in the boxing ring, following in the footsteps of other UFC veterans who've faced off against the YouTuber-turned-boxer. Despite being knocked down in the 5th round, Diaz, known for his resilience, fought on and lasted until the final bell. Ultimately, Paul secured the win via unanimous decision. The problem child is gearing up for his next big challenge, a much-anticipated and controversial match against boxing legend Tyson. This impending clash has sparked considerable debate within the boxing community, with numerous critics questioning its legitimacy. Adding to the buzz, Nate Diaz has weighed in, sharing his thoughts with DraftKings about where his allegiances lie in this highly charged showdown. He said, "I'm with Mike all the way. Mike is the man. Jake is young and explosive and has nothing to lose in every fight. That's what he has going for them. Everything is going to switch where he is supposed to be the guy that wins. It'll hit him a little differently." In the meantime, boxing icon Sugar Shane Mosley asserts that Mike Tyson still has the knockout strength to challenge Jake Paul, particularly with their much-anticipated bout on the horizon next month. Following the fight's announcement, many figures in the boxing community have voiced their concerns about the decision to proceed, especially given Tyson's prior withdrawal. Some critics argue that Paul is cleverly positioning himself for yet another seemingly easy victory against a former combat sports legend who may no longer be at the height of his abilities. Mosley said, "Mike is 58, but these are 2-minute rounds and all fighters have pride. I don't think Mike will be going in there to lose to Jake Paul. Jake thinks he can take a shot in the first 5 or 6 rounds, and what makes this so fun is that getting hit by Mike Tyson is dangerous, very dangerous. Jake will have to tire Mike out. Jake will need to understand how these punches will come at him." In contrast, Mike Tyson's ex-trainer foresees a rapid conclusion to the upcoming match against Jake Paul, the YouTuber who has transitioned into boxing, suggesting it could end in less than a minute. Mosley further added, "People need to understand that a bar fight between 2 guys is one thing. A professional fighter, especially a former world champion, regardless of age, is still a very dangerous man who can seriously hurt you. I don't know how long they would be able to hurt you, but these are punches from people who have been throwing punches all their lives." Jeff Fenech, a veteran boxer who guided Tyson through his losses to Danny Williams and Kevin McBride in 2004 and 2005, remains unconcerned about Tyson's well-being or his ability to compete at 58. Fenech is confident that if Iron Mike sticks to the game plan, he can achieve a quick victory. Fenech expressed, "I do not doubt if Mike takes it easy and doesn't try to punch at the same time he will win. If he makes Jake Paul miss, Mike will knock him out in a couple of rounds 100%. I spoke to Mike. I told him what I felt. Hopefully he'll listen to me. We said the same thing anyway. If he does what he said, then I have no doubt he will knock him out. He'll have no problem." Boxing Authority. Freddie Roach gave a lukewarm review of YouTube star Jake Paul's skills, labeling them as just adequate. This critique emerges as Paul gears up for a highly anticipated clash with boxing icon Mike Tyson next month. 2 years ago, Paul made an appearance at Roach's wildcard gym ahead of his match with Silva. Subsequently, the renowned trainer shared his thoughts on the rising American talent in an interview with Fight Hype. "The kid's okay, a club fighter. I don't know him personally and I've never really met him." He added, "He was in my gym and wondered if they could use the ring and I said go ahead." In a surprising turn of events, Tyson found himself at the gym on the exact day that Paul decided to drop by. Yet, the legendary boxer seemed utterly indifferent to the arrival of the problem child. Roach claimed that after Iron Mike glanced at Paul, he chose to stare at the pictures. Tyson looked at him and left. He saw 30 seconds of him sparring and said, "Freddie, can we go down and see the pictures?" He knows that's where the good pictures are. He wasn't as interested as I was, Roach recounted. Once hailed as the unbeatable heavyweight champion, Mike Tyson now stands at a pivotal moment as he gears up for a showdown with 27-year-old social media sensation Jake Paul. The 58-year-old boxing icon has prompted apprehension among fans and analysts alike, largely due to the stark age difference between the 2 contenders. However, a recently released training clip of Tyson seems to ease some of those concerns, highlighting his remarkable talent and unwavering commitment to the sport. Tyson and Paul are gearing up for their highly anticipated bout on November 15th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, marking Netflix's debut in the boxing world. With only 41 days left until the clash, Iron Mike shared training footage on social media, highlighting his remarkable speed and intense power, demonstrating that he can still deliver a devastating blow, even at this stage in his career. Recently, the former heavyweight champion shared a training clip on X, captioning it, "Final stretch, less than 50 days left." The video features Tyson delivering powerful strikes against the pads with his trainer, demonstrating the incredible speed that cemented his legendary reputation. This footage has reignited fans' enthusiasm, heightening their anticipation for an exhilarating performance when he makes his return to the ring later this year.
Follow me, tell me if you feel it.
The latest footage provides an exciting insight into Tyson's intense training regimen, showcasing the remarkable dedication he brings to his craft. Maintaining impressive physical fitness in recent years, Tyson exhibits a remarkable ability to unleash punishing combinations at breathtaking speed. His trademark power punches, precise hooks, and strategic uppercuts were prominently featured, leaving many convinced that Iron Mike still has a significant reserve of energy and skill to draw upon. His remarkable physique and power stem from a rigorous training regimen that fuses traditional boxing exercises with contemporary methods. Tyson's dedication to his fitness routine, encompassing strength training, cardiovascular workouts, and pad drills, ensures he remains in exceptional condition. In this footage, his footwork displays agility, his punches are sharp, and his stamina seems elite, attributes that have consistently distinguished him in the ring. Tyson invests numerous hours honing his skills with the heavy bag, perfecting his powerful knockout punches. These training sessions not only bolster his muscle memory, but also allow him to sharpen his timing and precision. Additionally, dynamic workouts such as jump squats, box jumps, and medicine ball slams help him regain his signature fast-twitch muscle explosiveness.
Hey, bro! Nice one, Mike! Nice one, Mike! Bro! Nice one, Mike! Fine! More, Mike!
Jake Paul has long been an expert in the art of trolling, adeptly turning criticism into opportunities for self-promotion. His most recent escapade was sparked by none other than Mike Tyson, triggering a series of events that led Paul to don a bodysuit, humorously mocking the legendary former heavyweight champion. Clips of him bench pressing, engaging in playful sparring with a buddy, and most recently, dancing to Usher's hit Yeah have gone viral across social media. However, this raises an intriguing question. Has he gone too far this time? Tensions reached a boiling point during a press conference when 58-year-old Tyson confronted 27-year-old Paul, criticizing him for his lack of fitness. While Paul was focused on bulking up to compete in the heavyweight division, Iron Mike expressed a decidedly less flattering view of his physique. He had declared, "I don't know if he is in his prime. He is fat, he should be lean and mean, he is fat and funky." However, no one had anticipated that these remarks would spur such an unusual marketing strategy. Numerous fans and analysts have voiced apprehensions about Tyson stepping back into the ring at 58 to take on a competitor more than 30 years his junior, albeit with less experience. These worries intensified when Iron Mike was forced to withdraw from a scheduled fight in July because of a health issue related to an ulcer. But Tyson said, "My body is in better overall shape than it has been since the 1990s, and I will be back to my full training schedule soon." Jake Paul, this may have bought you some time, but in the end, you will still be knocked out and out of boxing for good. I appreciate everyone's patience and can't wait to deliver an unforgettable performance later this year. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.